it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. Hine matov, clap, clap. Umanayim, shevet achim, gam yachad. Hine matov, umanayim, shevet achim, gam yachad. When I say Boker Tov, everybody say Boker Or.
Boker Or.
When I say Boker Tov, everybody say Boker Or.
Boker Or.
Everybody ready? Thumbs up. Everybody ready? Hands in the air. Everybody ready? Wave them around. Boker Tov.
Boker Or.
Yay! Boker Tov, everybody. It is so good to be with you. It is so good to get to do some praying and some learning and some growing this morning. That is just what I know my soul needed. I hope it's what you need too. So we are going to dive right in with some blessings for the miracles that are in our lives.
All right, we're ready. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for knowing the difference between day and night.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for opening our eyes.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to stretch.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to lakum, stand up.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us firm ground to stand on.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to move.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us these clothes.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us strength.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to lashevet, to sit down. And we'd love it if you would share what you're thankful for. We already have some coming in this morning, miracles big and small. And so we hope that you'll share. We're going to keep our chat reserved for things like the things we're grateful for. And so let's try to keep our chat limited to that. And as you all start typing your things you're grateful for, as my things start buzzing at me, we're now going to get ready for our Baruch Hu. So here we go. I said ho. I said hey. I said, are you ready to pray?
I said ho. I said hey. I said, are you ready to pray?
Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. Let's come together to pray.
Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. Let's come together to pray.
I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is how we make a minion.
I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is how we make a minion.
I said hey. I said you. Now let's all stand up for Baruch Hu.
I said hey. I said you. Now let's all stand up for Baruch Hu.
Am I awake? Am I breathing?
So the next prayer in the morning is the Yotzer Or, which is our blessing for light and creation and the beauty and wonder of the world around us. And it's a wonderful, wonderful reminder. It says in the prayer that God creates the world new each day. And we know that, like, the world we went to sleep in last night is the same world we woke up in this morning. It's not a new world. But every morning when the darkness goes away and light shines on the world, we can see it in a new way. We can look out on the world and we can see something new that we didn't see yesterday. And it feels like to us, it's a whole new world created every day. And it's a reminder that the end of nighttime is always morning. At the end of darkness is always light. And when there is light, it's an opportunity for us to create something new, for us to create something special that has never existed before, for us to create new hope and new possibility. So my blessing for the Yotzer Or this morning, my prayer, is that we all have the ability to see the world anew in new light, and that we all have the ability to create new opportunities in this new day. We say together, Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Now we're getting ready for our Shema, and we're just going to review all of our signs because we learned both lines last week. We had finished, so we're just going to do a quick review of our Shema, which was pay attention. Shema, and then Yisrael, remember, was your pinkies on either side of your mouth. That was the place, and Israel, the people. Yisrael. And then Adonai is all around us. God is all around us. Eloheinu, God is our God. So that's why we make a circle around us. Adonai again. And then Echad, which is one. We're all together as one. That was the whole first line. And then the second line, Baruch, blessed. We're blessing everything in front of us. Baruch. And then Shem was Adonai. The name refers to God again. So Adonai. So Baruch Shem Kevod. That was the glory, my favorite one, that little sparkly glory. Malchuto. That's the leadership sign. Leolam, forever. Va'ed, and ever. A little quick review. Take us away, Emily.
All right. Let's listen. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. And now please be seated as we start the Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha.
Love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Where you stand and where you lie, when you walk and when you rise. Rise now it's time for our Micha Mocha, that prayer that the Israelites sang after they had crossed the sea. And so as we look to that new day, the new beginning that Rabbi Fixler talked about, we think about the Israelites facing this new journey ahead of them, this new beginning of their lives.
A long time ago, there were two brothers who were farmers, and they shared the same field. They both worked on the same field, and they shared half and half everything they grew on that field. And they each lived at one end of the field. One lived on the east side, and one lived on the west side. And the one who lived on the east side, he had a wife, and he had a couple of kids. And the one who lived on the west side, it was just him. He hadn't met anyone who was special for him yet, and he didn't have any kids yet. One night at the end of the harvest, the two brothers were lying in bed, and the brother on one side, the one who didn't yet have a family, was thinking to himself, my brother, he has a big family. He has a wife. He has a couple of kids. It's not fair that we share 50-50 all the things we grow, because he has more mouths to feed. He has more needs. I'm lucky that it's just me, and I can get by with less, and I should give my brother some of what is my share. And so in the middle of the night, he gets up out of bed, and he goes into his storehouse, and he collects some of the things that they've grown, and he carries them in the dark of night, and he opens the door of his brother's storehouse, and he places them inside his brother's storehouse, and then he heads back home. Well, at the exact same time, the other brother was laying in bed, and he was thinking to himself, I am very, very lucky. I have a wife. I have a couple of kids. My kids will take care of me when I am old. I feel so blessed. My brother, life is harder for him. It's just him. He has to do all the work himself. He doesn't have kids who are going to take care of him when he's old. I'm so lucky. I have more. My brother has less. It's not fair that we split the things we grow 50-50. And so he gets up in the middle of the night, and he has just missed his brother. He goes to his storehouse. He collects some of the food from his storehouse, and he goes and he brings them through the field across to his brother's storehouse, and he puts them in his brother's storehouse, and then he heads back home. And as the brothers are walking home, they just miss each other, and they think to themselves, it's probably not enough. So they go back to their storehouse, they open up their storehouse, and each one of them has this sudden realization that a miracle has happened. And even though they took some of the things out of their storehouse is just as full as it was before. And they said, oh my goodness, it's a miracle, and I should still give some of what I have to my brother. And so the brother who doesn't have a family yet, he takes eats some more of the stuff that's in his storehouse, and he starts to carry it across the field. And the brother who has a family, he takes some stuff out of his storehouse and he starts to carry it across the field. They walk across the field in the middle dark of the night. They just miss each other. They put it in their brother's storehouse. They close up the storehouse and they walk back, and they just miss each other. They get back to their own storehouse. They open the door, and a miracle has happened. Even though they took more food out of their storehouse, there's still the same amount of food in there. And so they think to themselves, no, I must keep doing this. And they keep taking handfuls of food across the field. They keep missing each other all through the night. And they keep coming back to their own storehouse to discover this incredible miracle that they they haven't gotten any less food as a result. This goes on for hours all through the night, traipsing across the field, just missing each other because it's too dark, until the sun starts to come up. Remember, I said earlier that when the sun comes up, it gives us the opportunity to see the world anew. And just at dawn, just at the moment that the sun is peeking up over the horizon, the two brothers are walking with handfuls of food, and they are crossing paths with each other, and they can, for the first time, see each other. And one brother spots the other brother holding this big handful of food, and the other brother spots the other brother holding his big handful of food. And they suddenly realize what's been going on all night, and they drop their food, and they start to laugh, and they start to cry, and they run to each other and embrace each other, knowing that they had spent their whole night trying to give to each other from the goodness of their hearts. Now, it is said that that place where they laughed and they cried and they hugged is a very, very, very special place. And in fact, it was years later when King Solomon was going to start to build the temple in Jerusalem. And King Solomon asked God, God, where should I build the temple in Jerusalem? And God said, I know the perfect place. And God had King Solomon lay the foundation stone, the first stone of the temple in Jerusalem, on the very spot where the brothers saw each other for the first time, where they laughed and they hugged and they cried together. And that was the beginning of the temple. And the moral of the story is that we all have different ways that we can take care of each other, that we all have different ways that we can see each other in a new light, in a new way, that we can find new ways to embrace each other, find new ways to hold each other, find new ways to take care of each other in all the ways we need. And that when we do, the place that we build together is incredibly special and sacred and holy.
Amen. And so how fitting that we sing this prayer for peace, because peace starts with that small conversation between two brothers. Oh, say shalom, b'romah.
Oh, say shalom, b'romah.
Huyase, huyase, huyase shalom.
Huyase, 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 shalom.
Huyase, huyase, huyase shalom. Aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom, b'romah.
Oh, say shalom, b'romah.
May the one who makes peace bring peace down. And thank you to Amanda and Noah for singing with me on that new setting of Osei Shalom.
Okay, friends, so we are going to wrap up in a minute. and we'll have some announcements at the end. We're going to have our moment of Hebrew here shortly, and then our closing song. So we want to thank you for being with us this morning. We are looking forward to more time learning together in the hours to come.
So last week for our Rega Be'ivrit, we learned a new letter, and it was the letter Ayin. And Ayin takes the sound of its vowel, kind of like Aleph does. And a really important word that starts with Ayin is the word eitz. And the word eitz means tree. And we have a song about this eitz Chaim, which is, we think of our Torah as this tree of life. And so we're going to sing this tree of life. Eitz Chaim hi למחזיקים בה ותומכיה, מאושר עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה ותומכיה, מאושר. And now we sing shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. So now we're going to add some moves in. When we sing the English, we go, it is a tree, everybody be a tree, tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters pretending you're lifting the Torah are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. And now we're going to swim. Ready? Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom. So we have just a few announcements this morning as we get ready for the next part of, we have a little more of this time together, all together before class. So first of all, parents, be sure to join the Religious School Committee next Sunday at 9:30 for Love Starts the Learning, Raising Spiritual Children in the Digital Age with Dr. Deborah Shine and Rabbi Dr. Jeffrey Shine. It's a great opportunity to learn with two of the leading scholars in Jewish education. And you'll find more details about that in the Helfman Herald. Following our T'filah today, we have our Rega Be'ivrit, our moment of Hebrew with Miss Sophie. So stay tuned for that. And one last thing, after Hebrew, students will be dividing into breakout rooms with their teachers and TAs. Please click join breakout room when prompted by Zoom. That's kind of the usual directions. And be sure that your name is displayed with your first and last name so that we can get you to your right class. All right, it's time for Rega Be'ivrit.
Good morning. I've got a PowerPoint. And Cantor, can I get your help a little bit with this next screen? Because
Sure.
it's a song.
Okay.
Change the slide.
Oh, okay. We have Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam Omeid.
Thank you. And on the next slide, the three things are Al HaTorah, on Torah, and we've learned Tav. Al HaAvodah, that's worship and work. And we've learned Ayin. And Ve'al Gimilut Hasadim, that's acts of love and kindness. Next. What's that letter? Type it in the chat. Do you know that letter? Type it in the chat. Yes, it's Gimel. Gimilut Hasadim starts with a very important letter, Gimel, which starts some very important words like Gimilut Hasadim, acts of love and kindness. It starts some very important words like Gadol, And it ends a very important word, fish, dag. Gadol, dag gadol. What does gadol mean? Type it in the chat. And dag katan is right there too. What does katan mean? Dag? What does dag mean? What does katan mean? What does gadol mean? Gadol is, yes, big. Next, we're going to talk about Givirah. It starts a very important word, Givirah, which is strength. You see that lady? She needs strength to pull down that bar because it's weighted. So she needs her upper body strength to pull down that bar. So we have a review. I thought there would be hearts on that page. Lev Gadol and Lev Katan. What does Lev mean? And what letter starts Lev? Lev means heart. Yes. So a big heart and a little heart are on that page. Next. Regal has a gimel in it. It starts with Reish. It's a foot. It can be a leg. It's a foot. Regal Gadol, Regal Katan. And to do all these things that we need to do for the world, we need Ometz Lev. What is Ometz Lev? Yes, inner strength. And now, if we can have Maya front and center, Cammie's going to read Hebrew through movement.
See. Okay. Lakun.
Lakum.
Lashevet.
Lashevet.
Lalechet.
Lalechet.
Lalechet. Lalechet. Latzor.
Hatzor.
Lahistovev.
Lahistovev.
Lahistovev. Lahistovev. Latzor.
Hatzor.
Leakpots.
Leakpots.
Leakpots. Leakpots. Latzor. Lashevet.
Lashevet.
Thank you, Maya and Cammie. All done.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Sophie, and thank you to Cantor Simmons and to Rabbi Fixler for joining us this morning. I am now opening the breakout rooms, so you should see those little buttons down on the bottom of your screen. Just click those for me and you will end up in your classroom. Thank you, guys.